It is over, at least for now. Yes, we have come to the season finale of Daredevil Born Again Season 1, which has now dropped officially on Disney+. I've been making videos talking about the entire season as it's been airing, and now we have come to the end. Thank you for watching if you've been keeping up with me. So let's talk about this finale with spoilers, so that is a big, heavy spoiler warning this time. If you have not yet watched this season finale and the entire season so far, and you're planning on it, best to turn a blind eye, because I will be talking about what happens in this finale in detail. If you have watched it or you don't care, then you got the green light. Alright, that has been your warning. Let's get started. So, first of all, before we jump into this, I do want to say, last week when I talked about that scene with BB Urich and the Commissioner, and the fact that she had another alias on that card that she gave to him, I was like, I want to see what's on that card, but let me guess, the season's gonna leave it off right there. We're not gonna learn that in the finale. And sure enough, I was right, because we don't. Told ya. Yeah, I'm sure we'll learn in Season 2, but that just seemed like the kind of thing that this season would leave open as a loose end. So I guess we will have to wait and see what that's all about. Now, let's get into this finale. So episode 8 ended where Matt Murdock took a bullet for Wilson Fisk, so now he's recovering in the hospital. Meanwhile, Wilson Fisk just fully douches out here. This is the episode where Kingpin is completely unleashed. I mean, holy shit. He's talking to Buck and he's like, wouldn't it be something if the fearless lawyer from Hell's Kitchen succumbed to his wounds? A dead hero is better than a live vigilante. I'm gonna miss doing that voice. But yeah, you're like, dude, holy fuck. The guy literally saved your life, and this is how you want to repay him? Way to get viewers not to like you, dude, just saying. And it only gets worse from there. But then a power outage hits the city, which is a pretty big one too, oh my god. It spread to like all of Manhattan Island and some of the surrounding areas. I mean, obviously it was done on purpose, but yeah, that ain't good. Matt Murdock goes home to find one Mr. Frank Castle already there. Yeah, he's there to help him out. Why? Because Karen Page called him after learning that Bullseye escaped. Yeah, I guess she didn't have Spider-Man's number. Punisher's the best help she could get. Of course, he wouldn't be Daredevil's first choice, because, you know, he fucking kills people. Matt even says, he's like, that's not the kind of help I really want. To which Frank says, yeah, well, that's the kind of help you got. Deal with it. Love that. And so we come to the big team-up action scene in the finale here. It's Daredevil and Punisher versus the anti-vigilante task force that breaks in and invades. And yeah, it's super cool and entertaining to watch. I mean, it was dark because of the power outage, so it's kind of hard to see everything. But still, man, I mean, when Punisher comes in, he starts killing dudes with the skull vest. I mean, I love the Punisher's look. I always have. And he's killing dudes. I was like, this is awesome. I mean, it's Punisher being the Punisher. We all love that. They even get the cop who ended up being Hector Ayala's killer. What was his name? Cole? Yeah. And again, with Daredevil's inner conflict, he does consider killing him. And of course, Frank Castle's no help, because he's like, yeah, man, do it. You might say he's being the devil on Matt Murdock's shoulder. Had to do that once here. But Daredevil and Punisher, they ramble for long enough that Cole just blows the place up with a grenade. They get out of there in time. So yeah, that's how that went down. So Matt and Frank are outside now, and Karen Page arrives, Deborah Ann Woll returning once again. So she and Matt go for further investigation. They invite Frank to go with them, but he's like, nah, I'm gonna do my own thing. Bro wasn't trying to play Inspector Gadget. So upon this further investigation, we learn Kingpin's big plan here, and holy fuck. The whole Red Hook Harbor project that we've been learning about since at least, what, episode 4? We learned that Red Hook is what they call a free port, which I guess is it's out of the jurisdiction of the law of the city and I guess the entire country, which means any criminal activity that happens there could be legal. So basically, the Fisks are trying to turn Red Hook into their own little criminal heaven city-state. That's why Foggy was killed, because he was about to discover that himself, and that would have put a wrench in things. So yeah, that sucks for him, but yeah, holy shit. By the end of this episode, it looks like that is most certainly gonna happen. We should probably stop that somehow. Next season. Meanwhile, Frank Castle going his own way, he gets himself an audience with the anti-vigilante task force, which, oh my god, yeah, this scene is awesome. Because them being the dirty cops, you know, reflective of some real world shit that's going on today, they idolize the Punisher here and they want him to join them. And Babe and I were like, oh no, this is gonna be great because he's not gonna want to join them. No, instead he just decides to clown on them. No, seriously, he calls them a bunch of fucking clowns. We were like, yeah, you tell him, Frank, because that is certainly what they deserve. And so they just beat his ass and take him in. Meanwhile, with Kingpin, we get to the scene where he kills the Commissioner, which, yeah, another holy shit moment, because that was brutal. It was great. I mean, the guy's been a dead man walking pretty much the entire season, because he has been shit-talking Wilson Fisk the whole time, so he's kind of had it coming. Not a good thing, I'm just saying. Let's just hope he managed to spill the beans to BB Urich on time. And dude, just the way Wilson Fisk killed him, he just tore his face open. The practical effects there, they were great. And so Daredevil and Karen Page, they come up on Red Hook, and I at first was like, all right, we're gonna get another big action scene here, this is gonna be awesome. But no, they realize they're pretty outnumbered. This is actually really smart. They realize that they are not ready yet. Doesn't matter if this is the season finale, we're just not ready to take them all on yet. We need to draw this out for another season. Hey, I get it. But Daredevil does drop a line here. Admitting defeat, he does say, we're gonna take this city back. We need an army. Ooh, an army you say? An army of vigilantes. Alright, well that's pretty telling for what season 2 might entail. Makes me wonder and theorize and predict, who are we gonna have? Maybe some of the other defenders like Jessica Jones or Luke Cage or maybe even Iron Fist, I don't know. Maybe the Thunderbolts, possibly? Question mark? Spider-Man? I mean, it could be anyone. Swordsman's probably gonna be one of them. Punisher might be another, who knows? But it's got me excited for next season, that's for damn sure. So the power returns to the city the next morning and we come to our epilogue, which begins with Heather Glenn signing over to the dark side. Yeah, with Matt Murdock still not admitting the truth to her, I'm pretty sure they're as good as at least taking a break from each other at this point. And with Heather Glenn now officially signing up with Wilson Fisk's team, I imagine that'll lead to some major friction between her and Matt Murdock. So that'll have to be another thing that poor Maddie's gonna have to deal with next season. The poor bastard. But then to cap this season off, this sucks. Like, in a good way. Like, Babe and I, we hated watching this next part because it was really good because the season does not end on a high note. This is like the Empire Strikes Back of Daredevil here. Because Mayor Kingpin gets on the air and he makes some pretty big bad announcements. First off, he declares vigilantism officially illegal, so that's not good. But as if that weren't bad enough, he issues a citywide curfew of 8 p.m. Babe said it, New York City is officially now under a dictatorship under Wilson Fisk, the Kingpin. Yeah, this blows. And I will come back to that, but we end the season by seeing that Swordsman is locked up, a few vigilantes are locked up, I guess. Or at least vigilantes and people that the anti-vigilante task force have deemed vigilantes, falsely, because they could get away with that, them being dirty cops and bullshit. Fucking yuck, dude. And we also see that Punisher is locked up, but not for long, because in the mid-credits scene, Punisher does indeed escape, because of course he will. He's the fucking Punisher. He's getting his own special next year on Disney+, so we will see him then. But for now, that is Daredevil Born Again, Season 1. So in conclusion, this season I thought was pretty awesome. It was a little slow in parts with some of the legal stuff. The pacing was a bit wonky for that reason, at least in my opinion. But the characters were extremely well written. The drama was right there the whole time. The music was great, which actually is kind of funny. In this finale, there were a couple of parts in the score where I was like, that sounds like the MCU Spider-Man theme. Dun, 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 dun. You heard it too, right? I just found that funny. The action scenes were amazing, really well choreographed as per usual with Daredevil. This was a solid, entertaining season of television right here. Now, moving forward in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Since Mayor Kingpin has New York City under curfew and dictatorship now, are near future titles gonna touch on that? Like, we know Thunderbolts is gonna take place partially in New York. Is Mayor Kingpin gonna be mentioned? Is law against vigilantes? Cause, yeah, the Thunderbolts, they are mostly vigilantes. Or how about Spider-Man Brand New Day, which is coming out next summer? That's gotta take place in New York, right? Is that gonna touch on this? Cause I'm pretty sure we're not gonna be getting Daredevil Born Again for at least like a year and a half. I'm sure that's gonna be after Spider-Man Brand New Day. I'm just hoping the MCU stays consistent here, that's all. I'm sure it will, I'm just thinking out loud. But until then, Daredevil Born Again, Season 1, Episode 9, the season finale, Straight to Hell. Have you watched it yet? Have you watched the entire season? What are your thoughts on all of this? What was your favorite episode? What was your favorite action scene? What are your theories and predictions for Season 2? And how do you think this will affect the MCU moving forward in other titles, if it will at all? Whatever you think, go ahead and leave a comment. And of course, thank you for subscribing. Peace!